I am at New Haven Station, or what used to be the station. From above this time, I have showed you it from below. But actually, it's not what we've come to see today. I'm actually heading towards Starbank Park to film there. Right, let's go. Oh, there's some kind of cool balconies here. I like that. Okay, so I've reached Laverock Bank Road, which is where I'm heading along to get to Starbank Park. Now, full disclosure, I maybe shouldn't be walking down the middle of the road. I'll get on the path. Yep, the taxi has passed. Full disclosure is I actually filmed this a few days ago. It was glorious sunshine, but when I was editing it and putting it together, well, basically I hadn't researched it very well, and a lot of the things that I was saying were not true. Yes, I should have double checked my sources before filming, so I'm refilming it again today. I will tell you what I got wrong, because it was kind of interesting, but it is a shame that it's not true at all. Yeah. Okay, just as an aside, Mayville Gardens, just here. I love this street. It's lovely. All the houses. It's like being on a film set. It's just fantastic. Okay, so we have arrived. So the problem with the video I had was from this house over here, Strathaven Lodge. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the park now, and I'll come back out and explain this house and what I'd read and believed was true, but found out to be not true after I'd filmed it. Anyway, right, into the park, which is just here. Starbank Park. And of course, because it's not a lovely day, I've actually got the park to myself. So when I was here the other day, lots of people sunbathing and just sitting and relaxing. So as you come in, we've got a children's nature trail. So yeah, there's little fairy doors and things like that in the trees, and these paths to follow. Or if I get them short, these paths you follow as well. And there's images and things to look at and find. It's kind of good. And this big robot here, he was new. I hadn't seen him before when I came along. I like the robot. He's good. There's the house over there. I'll talk about that in a minute. So they do put events on here to raise funds. So they have Easter egg hunts and things like that. Yeah, it's good. So there's a story behind that as well. I'll get into that. Oh, check out these frogs and a duck. That's something I didn't actually see when I was filming the other day. Potentially they weren't there, but yeah, it was good. Okay, yeah, so I'll give you a bit of history. Let me just zoom in a bit better on the house. So the house was built in 1815 for a shipbuilder named Alexander Golan. So that is probably where the Starbank comes into it, I'm guessing, because that is a naval kind of thing, and if he's been a shipbuilder, that would make sense. I'm not 100% certain as when the star appeared on the bank or when it got its name, but it's because there's a naval connection, it is kind of likely. So anyway, yes, Alexander Golan, his son was a Reverend Walter Golan. He ended up living here, afterwards inherited the house, and also actually Alexander Golan was the uncle of William Gladstone, the British Prime Minister. So he would have stayed here at some point as well. That's a little interesting tidbit there for you. So if we fast forward to 1889, so the Reverend died, and then Leith Town Council, they took over the house and the grounds, and they turned it into a museum. So the museum was open from 1920 to 1932. Now, I don't know specifically what was in it, but what I do know is some of, at least, if not all of the things on display moved to the Huntley House Museum on the Canongate, which is now the Museum of Edinburgh. It's worth a visit down there as well. I probably will go there at some point. They have Greyfriars Bobby's collar and bowl is one of the big draws down there. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going with the Starbank story. So where were we? Oh yes, the museum. So that's shut in 1932. So Leith Town Council as well. They dissolved. They're not a thing anymore. It's now just Edinburgh Council. But they, in their infinite wisdom, decided just to give up maintaining this area, and it just went to ruin. And that happened until 2013, when the Friends of Starbank Park was established, and they essentially just took over looking after the grounds. So everything you see here is down to them pretty much. There is actually an Edinburgh Council vehicle here at the moment, so I'm not sure what they're doing, because I believe they don't have anything to do with it anymore. I thought it was all the Friends. Maybe it's shared now, but anyway, I'm waffling. One of the things I absolutely love about this is they've got a little TARDIS. So it's actually a free little library. Let's open it up. Go on, what am I doing? There we go. There we go. Little library. So I actually took a book the other day, and I've actually brought books with me today to put in to replace the one I took. In fact, I'm seeing another one I might like there, possibly. Brave New World. I'll have a look at that in a second. Right, I need to get these books out. Okay, so I'm taking Brave New World along with the book that I took the other day, but I am leaving Shot's quintessential Miss Gillenny, if that's how you pronounce that. The Woman Who Went to Bed for a Year, Matthew Townsend, and Eric Idle's sort of biography, Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. So yeah, I'm leaving more than I took. Okay, let's head on. We'll go and see the star of the Starbank. In actual fact, you might be able to hear it on the video. They're cutting the grass. That's what the council are doing. So I should say as well, so after it was a museum, it was a kind of like I think it was described as a retirement club or something like that for a while, and then it became a residence after that. But anyway, we're going to continue around this way. We'll go and see the star and the banks, and there is also remnants of a fountain. Not very many remnants, but there is some. Okay, little boat there, flowers in it, and we've also got some vegetables and stuff growing as well. I kind of like that. I'm not really up on my vegetables, but this looks like carrots to me. We've got some peas. I definitely know what that is. Yeah, and I like this as well. That's massive. It's good. Anyway, yeah. So I have to try and speak up over the lawnmower. I'll go over this way. So unfortunately, it's a bit of a shame because it was such a lovely view the other day when I came, and today it's not so lovely and it's raining. But hey. Oh, we've actually got two lawnmowers going, so I'm having to compete with both of them. I'm just going to head down to the very bottom of the park. You get a better shot of the star anyway from down here, and it's where the fountain was. It was called the Devlin Fountain because that was the name of the guy who had donated the money, or it. But I did read that it was dismantled not actually that long ago. And it's now a flower bed, but I'm not seeing it. It's possible that it's in that bit in the middle there. Anyway, there's the star on the Starbank, and there's two crescent moons next to it as well. So again, it's kind of a maritime there is a couple of theories, but the maritime theory is the leading one, because there's a lot of maritime stuff in this area. So if I just come around this way, you can see New Haven Harbour just in the distance there. We zoom in, there's the lighthouse. So I've done a video about that as well. You've probably seen it. So that's how close we are if you're coming from that direction as well. And the Starbank Inn on this corner. I've had a couple of pints in there in the past. All very lovely. And just in that direction as well, I've also done that video before. That's Mordy Bay is just, well, if I can point at it, it's just sort of over there as well. So there we go. Right, I'm going to have a quick look in here to see if it's where the fountain was. Oh, we've got quite a few shells in here. That must have taken some collecting. I like that. I can't see any remnants of the fountain. Oh, I suppose it's quite fountain-esque though. This is probably was the fountain, the Devlin Fountain. That was from about 1910, I believe. I've got it written down in my bag, but because it's raining, I don't want to get it out. Okay, so we've got an information board. So indeed, yes, that was the fountain. So yeah, that was in that area there. That's just overgrown now. Well, it's cultivated that way, but yeah, that was what the fountain used to look like. It's a shame that's not still here. But there you go. And actually goes into more detail about the museum as well. So it's saying, as I said, the stuff transferred to the museum in Canongate, but then it moved to the Toll Booth Museum in 1954. So whatever was in there is, well, in the Toll Booth Museum, if that's still a thing, I'm not sure. Yeah, and it actually says as well up here, there were two houses here, Starbank House, which remains, and another Rock Bank House, which is now demolished. Right, so I'm going to head back up the hill now. We'll go to the house and I will tell you what I'd read about that house. I'll tell you what turned out to be not true as well, because I don't believe all of the story is false, but the main reason I went there definitely was, which is a shame because it was really interesting, and a nice little hidden gem sort of, but it's not true unfortunately. But yes, I'll explain that when I get up there. Oh, the rain's getting a little bit heavier, but here are some of the flowers at the flagpole. Some nice daisies there. Right, okay, so that's Starbank Park done. So we'll just exit. I'll talk about the house and the fake story. Yeah, and that'll be this video done. A little cherub hiding away there. Cool. Okay, so Strathaven Lodge. So the story that I was told was that was the residence, former residence of James Simpson, a doctor. He was the first person to discover the medical usage of chloroform. So there is actually a plaque at the end of Printer Street. Well, it's near Printer Street. It's just on the bridge, but yeah, of where the chemist was, where he bought the chloroform from, and then he subsequently discovered its medical use. So the fake story that I'd read was that in this garden there was a statue of his dog, and that his dog had been used to test the chloroform on. Then that's proved not to be true. When I was actually trying to find an image of the dog or the statue to add to the video, and then in doing that I discovered that story isn't true. I'd read that he didn't even have a dog. He did test the chloroform on some close friends and possibly himself. So yeah, thankfully it worked. But hey, yeah, so the dog story isn't true, which is a shame. Well, it's a shame, but it's also kind of, it's good that it's not true, because testing testing the stuff on your pets is yeah, you've got to be certain about these things, don't you? It's not cool. So anyway, yes, so there is no statue of a dog in here because he didn't have a dog. Yeah, and on the back of that story as well, I was told there was a bench in that garden that Hans Christian Andersen liked to sit on. I don't know the validity of that story. It's possible. Yeah, the dog bit certainly isn't true. Hans Christian Andersen may be true. Did the doctor live here? I'd say that's probable. Yeah, but anyway, that's the story that I had to refilm the whole video for, because I'd centered the video around that story, which is not true. So a lesson learned: research better. Right. Anyway, that's the end of this lesson. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Okay. Bye.